Dear friends, welcome back to alphaphysiocare, all things pelvic health. I had quite a few requests from pregnant moms, from people who have tighter pelvic floor, to show some exercises that will help them to reduce tension in the pelvic floor, open up the pelvic area and so on. So I prepared for you a very small, but I believe an effective routine that you can use for releasing the tension around the pelvic floor using the roll. This roll, I bought it in one of the grocery stores. So these things are becoming really easily accessible and popular. I've seen them in the supermarkets, I see them in the Play stores. So I believe this can be a great investment for your pelvic health, and it doesn't cost a lot. This particular roll is a softer roll. It's made out of Pinoplast, I think it's called, the material. So it's not kind of the rigid roll covered with the soft topping, let's say. Any roll, as soon as it is fairly smooth on the surface. So it can have little bumps, but I would not suggest to use something for your pelvic floor with the very big ridges and very big bumps, because it can just feel uncomfortable sometimes. Especially if you do suffer from some pelvic pain, maybe you suffer from some pudendal neuralgia, maybe you have pelvic pain after operation and so on. As I said in the beginning, these particular techniques are safe to use in pregnancy. They are safe to use with somebody who is not in acute stage of pelvic pain, but they generally have tight pelvic floor. They're great for people who's sitting a lot, for both male and female. So just get yourself a roll and let's get going. Number one, we simply sit at the roll and we sit here at the area of your coccyx, so at the area of your tailbone. I'm sitting right here on my tailbone. However, I'm not having my whole weight on it. I'm controlling how much weight I put with my hands and with my legs. So we just start to roll this area into your coccyx, just above your coccyx, and into the sitting bones. So here are my sitting bones here, okay? So I'm just rolling that area, taking nice deep breath. Let's do it together. Let's just start rolling. While you're rolling, you can do your tummy breathing, trying to focus on the area of the pelvic floor, feel if there is tension. Also, at the same time, you can relax your jaw, because jaw tension is related to pelvic floor tension, yes. And just keep rolling up and down. For the sake of the video, I'm not going to make it too long, maybe a minute or two. You can stay here for up to 5 minutes. Now, after we did all of this, we're finding our sitting bones here. And now I'm sitting directly on my sitting bones. I'm gonna turn around here. So I'm sitting here on the sitting bones and I am opening my hips. I do realize that not all people will have this hip opening range. So if you can't get your elbows inside your knees, you don't have to. You can just, get your hips as much open as you can. Again, if you cannot have that much hip flexion, you can stretch out your legs. And here we're just sitting and rolling slightly on and off the sitting bones. Sitting bones are these bony bits here, and you can see how much of a pelvic floor there is. We keep rolling. Whilst rolling here, you can take nice deep breath and feel the area that is already stretched around your perineum, kind of dropping down as you breathe. And breathe out. The most important part here, guys, is not to hold your breath. Please don't hold your breath. You're just rolling forward and back. Great. You can do it for anywhere from a minute up to 5 minutes. It's absolutely fine. If you are pregnant and you do have a belly here and you can't sit in this position, of course, feel free to support yourself. Or maybe you can just skip this particular rolling. That's also fine. We will do some other techniques which you might find helpful. So we continue sitting on the roll And this guy is my favorite. I'm putting my right leg on my left, and I'm turning on my right, so right leg up on my right bottom cheek, and I just roll it there. Your gluteals are directly attached to your pelvic floor, and you cannot imagine how much tension you're holding in your glutes, okay? You can rotate closer to your sacrum, you can rotate closer to the side of your glutes until you find kind of a tension point. You will feel that is really, really tender. And you can breathe here. If you find it painful, you might roll off it a little bit and roll on again. Roll off, roll on, keep breathing. All right, and you can do it again anywhere between 1 to 5 minutes. Let's change to the other side. Of course, we never forget the other side. This kind of rolling, I usually suggest to my clients maybe to do it every other day, not just to over press, over irritate the area. However, you might just pick 1 or 2 techniques and do different techniques every day, which is fine as well. So there is no hard rule. I would always say start small, start little, pick 1, 2 techniques, do them, do something else next day, see how you feel. Is the area irritated? Is it not? And so on. So start small. Let's do a bit of hamstrings. I'm sitting here. This is my bum into my hamstrings here, okay? And I'm rolling 1 leg at a time, okay? I'm rolling 1 leg at a time because I don't want to roll. I could roll both legs at a time. I do have enough strength into my hands, but then it will put a lot of pressure through your body generally. I can feel now my abs are tense, my shoulders are tense. So 1 at a time, I think it's better. And you can go here. If you do suffer with sciatica, be careful with this technique. It does add some compression to the sciatic nerve. So maybe it's not for you if you do suffer from the actual sciatica. And you go a minute or 2 or 3 onto your hamstring. You can go all the way down under your knee. Great. And of course, we should not forget our inner thigh. Inner thigh is the area that I do work manually a lot, and it helps a lot for people who suffer with pelvic pain, with pelvic floor tension, to release that tension. But it's not a very easy area to access yourself or to stretch yourself. You have to kind of go in a really, really long range to stretch it. So roll is great in here. You can actually use the roll to do self-massage. You're laying onto your side, and here where this is my left leg, we're massaging left leg. I'm placing roll slightly away from my knee, kind of towards my inner thigh, and from here I'm just rotating forward and back and opening up. Okay, if you want to get a little bit deeper, you put it closer to your pelvis, you go a little bit deeper. This is great technique for massaging your inner thigh to release the tension from the pelvic floor. Now, if you are pregnant, you need to see how the whole arrangement works. It might be a little bit difficult to get the roll all the way deep into the thigh, and you have to put it all the way down so it kind of doesn't go up and your belly doesn't. So if you have a belly here, maybe you will be able to go only this far, okay? Which is also fine. And you'll have to put roll all the way down so it doesn't kind of bump into your belly. And you go nice and gentle. We don't want to compress anything. If you're non-pregnant, then by all means, wherever the range allows you, you go in and out. And perfect. Again, 1 to 5 minutes. You might find somewhere it's very soothing. You can stay there, make small movements forward and back, breathe a little bit, and then come back. And this was your routine for the pelvic floor release with the help of the roll. I hope, guys, you found it useful. If you tried it, let me know. Let me know what condition it helped you with. I will be very happy to follow up your results. Don't forget to like this video if you found this useful, and we will see you back very, very soon. Take care. Bye.